Hello everyone, welcome back to Andrina's Creations. Welcome to part 1 of Andrina's Creations Silhouette Studio series. If you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or here on YouTube, a couple of weeks ago I asked you guys a couple of questions that you would like to know about Silhouette Studio or what other stuff you would like to learn from me that I'm able to teach you if I know how to do them. So I was writing down all the questions that you guys have for me, so I broke it down into different parts. So today in part 1 I'm going to cover these questions that you see here on the screen. Now, I do have other tutorials using Silhouette Studio. So if this is the first time here watching me on YouTube, I did create a playlist using Silhouette Studio. I think I have around 60 videos at the moment, and everything that I do using Silhouette Studio, I go ahead and put it on that playlist. It could be watching me works, it could be me working on orders, it could be party favor orders, or anything in general. Anything that has to do with Silhouette Studio, I have it in a playlist. Here is the playlist. It's around 62 videos at the moment. I am going to leave the link down below in the description box of specifically of this playlist. So again, if you're new here and you have never watched none of my videos, I highly recommend you go ahead and watch these videos and follow along step by step so you can get more familiar with this software. I know a lot of people get intimidated with the software, but I promise it is not hard. And I do teach you step by step on how to do everything, all right? So let's get started with these questions. Question number 1, how to download Silhouette Studio. So how do you download Silhouette Studio is, I already have a tutorial on how to download it. It's right here. If you go to my channel, I'll leave it down below as well. I'll leave the link down below as well. I specifically have a video specifically on how to download Silhouette Studio for free. So basic edition is free and you do not need a cutting machine to use this software, okay? So again, I'll leave the link down below, but if I could tell you really quickly is you are going to go directly to Silhouette America. That is the only website that you are going to download the free version first. Remember that. The basic edition is free and you have to go directly to Silhouette America to download this software. And you're going to go ahead and follow all the steps and go ahead and watch the video that I already did so you can go ahead and download it on your laptop or desktop. Question number 2. Can I use basic edition for everything that you teach? And yes, you can. So I'm actually going to go here into Silhouette Studio. And I am going to show you that, as you can see, these are all the icons that I have because I do have business edition, but I'm actually going to turn it back to, I'm going to view it in standard edition, which is the basic edition. And you're going to see that you still have a lot of icons that you are able to use even though you have basic edition. I know a lot of people don't want to pay right away for the business edition or the designer edition, and they just want to try out the software first. And of course, you can go ahead and download the standard edition called basic edition and go ahead and follow along with everything that I teach. But eventually, I do highly recommend upgrading either to designer or business edition. Now, question number 3, how to download business edition. So in that video that I did show how to download the basic edition, I also explained how to download business edition. But I can tell you here really quick, I highly recommend going to swingdesigned.com. I am affiliated with this company, but just because I'm affiliated, I'm just not telling you to go ahead to this company. I highly recommend this company because you can get a deal with the business edition. So business edition is normally $100, but if you go to Swing Design, it is at the moment of me recording this video, we are still in December 2021. So let me go in here to the software. So right now, as of December 2021, right now is currently at $55.95. I'm also going to leave my affiliate link down below, meaning that I'm affiliated with this company. So if you do purchase the business edition through my link, I do earn a small commission. And this is exactly where I bought my business edition a couple of years ago. And it's only a one-time payment. You do not need to pay for the software monthly. When you pay it, that's it. You have it for the rest of your life. So like I said, at the moment it's $55. But if you have the basic edition and you, let's say you want to try the designer edition at the moment is $26. Then if you want to get designer edition plus, it is at the moment $40, but this is the upgrade from designer edition. So if you want to upgrade to designer edition plus, you're only going to pay $40. And then if you want to get business edition, but it's going to be $55. But I know a lot of people get confused. If you are watching me at the moment and you already have designer edition and you want to upgrade to business edition, you do not need to pay this $55 because you already have one of the higher editions than basic. So if you go down here below and you want to upgrade, you see it says right here, Silhouette Studio Designer Edition 2, Business Edition will be $34. If you have Designer Edition Plus and you want to go to Business Edition, you're only going to pay $17, okay? And if you have already Silhouette Studio Designer Edition and you want to upgrade to the Plus Edition, it's going to be $17.95, okay? So don't get confused. If you already own the Designer Edition and you just want to upgrade to Business, you do not need to pay the full payment, okay? And again, this is a one-time payment, all right? Once you download the whichever edition you want, you need to go, they're going to email you a license key. All right, so make sure you put the correct email whenever you purchase this. That license key is what you're going to come in here into Silhouette and you're going to go to your help tab. And here is where you're going to put in your license key. It's going to say upgrade Silhouette Studio. And it's going to say enter your license key. All right. And then when you do that, it's going to automatically upgrade it. All right. So that's that. Now, which version, next question is, which version do you recommend? I highly recommend Business Edition, hands down, because you have all the icons. You can use everything in here. You can save as a SVG. You can save as a JPEG, as a PDF. The beneficial about saving as a SVG is that if you own a Cricut, I know a lot of my followers own a Cricut, but they want to design in Silhouette. So you're able to save it as a SVG and open it in Cricut. You are able to use more than one machine. There's a lot of benefits to Business Edition. So I highly, highly recommend it, okay? Next question is, do you need a cutting machine to use this software? No, you don't. Well, let me say this. It depends on what exactly are you doing. You might be a beginner and you just want to get familiar, let's say with party favors. Majority of party favors, you do not need a cutting machine. And the reason why I'm mentioning party favors is because the majority of you guys do follow me for party favors tutorials. So let's say chip bags, Hershey bars, custom bubbles, custom ball paddles, custom Reese's, custom Rice Krispies. Majority of that stuff you do not need a cutting machine because all you're going to do is design, print, and you can cut it by hand. Eventually, if you want to do more stuff like more complex cuts and you want to not be able to, you don't want to cut by hand all the time, then yes, I do recommend getting a cutting machine. But do you need one at the moment if you're just a beginner? No. But if you want to do vinyl, yes, you are going to need a cutting machine because you need the cutting machine to cut the vinyl. If let's say I know a lot of people love doing rhinestones t-shirts. You are going to need a cutting machine for that. If you want to do cake toppers, like difficult cake toppers that has a whole bunch of little pieces, yes, you are going to need a cutting machine. All right. Next question. Where do you buy your cutting machines? So if you follow me, you know I own 5 Cameo machines. So I have 2 Cameo 3s, 1 Cameo 4, and 1 Cameo 4 Pro. And all my machines came again from Swing Design. So again, this is the same website that I bought all my machines, all right? And you get great deals here. So let's say if I go to Cameo 4 sale and then you scroll down, I currently have a pink one, I have a hot pink, light, this pink, and a teal color. And they all came from here. And then the Cameo Pro 24-inch also came from here, and that's a white one. So you could see all the bundle deals here from this website as well. All right, next question is, how big can you print and how do you print? All right, how big can you print? So I know a lot of people get confused, like, I don't understand, how do you print from Silhouette Studio, or how big can you print? So the good thing about Silhouette Studio is that you don't have no printing limitations from the software. I think that's the one thing that Cricut does have, that you can't print as big. Well, with Silhouette Studio, you do not have that problem. In Silhouette Studio, you can print as big as your printer allows if you are printing from home. If you're printing from somewhere else, let's say a backdrop and stuff like that, then you are going to put the dimensions of your backdrop and save it. So basically, you can print any size. And how do you print? So if you go to your first icon that's right here on your right, that is called your page setup. As soon as you click it, it's going to say machine, cutting, and media size. The media size, it is the size that you want to print, okay? So I have a large format inkjet printer. I have an EcoTank 16600. I can print as big as 13 by 19. So let's say I am going to print on 8 by 11, right? So right here where it says media size, I'm going to change it to 8 by 11. And I'm going to design, and I'm going to make sure that everything's here on my piece of paper, and I'm going to print on 8 by 11. Let's say I want to print on 12 by 12. I can do that because I have a large format printer. A lot of people do not have that, so the standard size would be 8 by 11 or 8 by 14. I have a 12 by 12 printer. I can print 12 by 12. Now, if I am going to print on 12 by 12 cardstock or paper, I need to make sure that here on my media size, I switch it to 12 by 12, right? And then when I go here to my printer icon, I'm going to select it. I'm going to click on print. I am going to select the printer that I'm going to print. I'm going to select my EcoTank 16600. I'm going to click on preferences. I like to print from my paper tray, meaning from the back. And because I am going to print on 12 by 12, where it says document size, I am going to go all the way down where it says user defined. And then here I am going to put 12 by 12. All right. And I'm going to click on OK. If by any means you do not have all these preferences and all this stuff here on your software, that means that when you bought your printer, you did not download your drivers. So make sure that whenever you buy a new printer, you download the drivers into your laptop or computer. If it did not come with a CD, just go ahead directly to their website, depending the brand of printer that you bought. And let's say I have an EcoTank 16600. So I went on Google and searched EcoTank 16600 drivers, and then I downloaded, okay? All right. So let's say I am going to print on 11 by 17 paper, right? So I'm going to change my cutting mat to 12 by 24. I am going to go to my media size and click on custom. And where it says width, I'm going to type 11. And then on my height, I'm going to type 17 and enter. Now my paper's changed to 11 by 17. When I go to my printer icon, I'm going to click on print. I'm going to select the printer that I'm going to be using. Click on preferences. Click on document size and change it to 11 by 17. And I always like to print on the paper type presentation paper mat. So do not get confused. Always, always, always change your media size, right? Change it here on your printer icon. And you also need to change it on your printer. So there's 3 different spots that it has to match at all times. It'll be on media size, it'll be on your printer icon, and on your printer. Let's say you're not printing at home. You still need to set up your paper size, and then you're going to save it as a PDF, and it's going to save that exact size when you save it as a PDF. And again, you can only save as a PDF if you have business edition. But I do have a separate tutorial. If you have basic edition, I do have a tutorial right here that says how to save a Silhouette Studio file into a PDF Silhouette only if you have basic edition. But again, I do recommend getting business edition so you don't have to do all that extra stuff. All right. So I hope I explained all that. And again, don't forget, if you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below all your questions and I'll put it in a different part of this series. All right. I also want to add, if you are using a paper that it's bigger than what your machine cuts, so basically my printer allows for me to print 13 by 19. Now your cutting machine is only 12 inches wide. So when you go to your media size and you try to change your paper size to 13 by 19, it's not going to let you. So where it says machine, you're going to click on none, and where it says cutting mat, you're going to click on none and then change your paper size. The last question is, can I design in Silhouette Studio and open in Cricut? Yes, you can, but you need Business Edition to save your stuff as an SVG. But there's tricks to that as well. So I'm going to change this to 12 by 12 for now. I'm going to make something really quick so then you could see the difference on how you're going to bring it into Cricut. Okay, so let's say you designed this cake topper in Silhouette, but you don't have a cutting machine and you want Cricut to be able to cut this. Now, if I go ahead and save this as an SVG, right? So I'm actually going to show you how it's going to come in. You cannot save images as an SVG. So this fox is an image is going to come in black in Cricut. So I'm going to show you. So if I go to File, go to Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and where it says Save As Type, I'm going to click on SVG, and I am going to type Fox Cake Topper. Okay, now I'm going to go to Cricut. I'm going to go to Upload, Upload Image, Browse. It's going to tell you right there, the uploaded SVG contained the following items that are not supported. Unsupported image type, import anyway. If you click continue, it's going to happen like this. And then if I click on upload, click and add to canvas, your image is going to come in black. You cannot save images as an SVG. So I'm actually going to delete that. I'm going to go back into Silhouette and I'm actually going to remove this. Now, Cricut brings in everything not the right size. Again, I am not a Cricut user, but I'm just explaining a little bit about it. So what you're going to need is you're going to have to write down the measurements of your design. So if you know you want this cake topper to be exactly this size, as right now it's 8.105 in width, you're going to write it down. And it's 7.344 in height, right? You're going to click on the fox and you're going to also write down his measurements. So the fox is 2.348 in width and 3.143 in height, okay? I am actually going to right click and copy on the fox. I'm going to go right here on the plus sign to open a new document and paste the fox here. All right, I'm going to go back to the document where I created the cake topper and I'm going to delete that fox from here. So I only save the cake topper without the image. I'm going to go back to File, back to Save As, Save to Hard Drive, and save it as an SVG. And then I'm going to type Fox cake topper and click on OK and yes. All right. Now I'm going to go to the Fox. I'm going to go to File, going to go to Save As, Save to Hard Drive, go to Save As Type, and I'm going to click on PNG, and I'm going to type Fox, and I'm going to click on OK and save. Oh wait, sorry. I'm gonna go back, File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive. I need to save it as a PNG. Let me type again, Fox. Click on OK. Yes. Make sure here where it says transparent background, you select it. That's what I didn't do. Make sure you click on transparent background to save it as a PNG and click on save. Now I'm going to go back to Cricut, go to upload, go to upload image, browse. So you see here, you don't get no caution up here about the cake topper. And you're going to click on it and click on upload. Add to the canvas. Now you're also going to upload your Fox. So do the same thing. Now remember that I said that when you save your stuff, it's not going to be the same size. So if you see right here, this circle right now, it's the width of 8.038 and the height is at 7.32. So you need to change the size that you wanted it when you saved it from Silhouette. So you're going to go to your width and you're going to type 8.0105 or whatever you had. 7.344. And then on the Fox, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to click on the unlock, and then on your width, you're going to type the measurements that you had over there. And this should fit right on top of here. Again, I am not a Cricut user, so you should know how you cut your items and do the print and cut and stuff like that. But you designed it in Silhouette and then you are still able to cut it in Cricut. But remember the size. So you're just going to hear why you designed it in Silhouette. Just remember to save everything. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of this series. Don't forget to comment down below all your questions, and I'm going to bring them into the different parts of these series. If you don't follow me yet, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell to get notified every time I upload new videos. If you are not in my Facebook crafting group, it is called Andrina's Creations Crafting Lounge on Facebook. Don't forget to answer all 3 questions, and then you will automatically get approved over there. If you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, feel free to follow me at Andrina's Creations as well. And as always, I hope everyone's having a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.